Hey guys, welcome back to this week's What's for Dinner. Starting off, we are going to be making stuffed meatloaf. I'm using this woman's meatloaf seasoning and some Bob Evans mashed potatoes. So I'm going to be stuffing my meatloaf with mashed potatoes. You can stuff it with anything you want. My mom stuffs hers with broccoli and cheese, and it is so delicious. But I am just going to be, I have 2 pounds of hamburger meat. I'm going to use 1 egg, 3/4 cup of milk, and then I'm using a sleeve of saltine crackers. If you're like lower carb or you don't like saltine crackers or whatever, I have used pork rinds quite a few times in mine and it tastes delicious. So that is another thing you guys could do. That is another option, but I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to add this seasoning mix into that as well. And then I am going to add some onion. Now, you don't have to add onion to yours if you're not a big onion person. It's totally optional. Meatloaf can be made so many million different ways. So if you don't like onion, you don't have to add it. But I'm going to be adding onion into ours, and then I'm going to be mixing it with my hands because, and yes, I washed them before I did this, but I just find that when you use your hands to mix it, it just mixes so much easier. And I don't have my KitchenAid mixer here with me at this house, and so yeah, I'm just mixing it with my hands. It's your kitchen, do what you wish. So once I have that all nice and mixed together, I am just going to be making this into kind of like patties. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm just building the base of my meatloaf so I can lay my mashed potatoes on top of that. You're not going to make it into like a loaf yet because you are going to be quote unquote stuffing your meatloaf. But yeah, this is just what I like to do. I just like to make my base with it, and then I just cook these potatoes in the microwave. If you've never had these Bob Evans mashed potatoes, you're totally missing out. It's so good, especially if you're a busy mom, a working dad, busy dad, single, whatever, whoever's making dinner. These are like such a great option. So anyways, I just take my potatoes and I put them on top of the bottom layer, and then I'm going to be making kind of like patties again, and I'm just going to mold that, into a loaf around my mashed potatoes. So once that's done, I'm going to be adding some ketchup to only half of my meatloaf because part of my family likes ketchup on it and part of my family does not. So I'm only going to be putting ketchup on half. I personally enjoy the ketchup side, but if you don't, this is a step that you do not have to do. So I'm going to put this in at 375 for an hour, and then it is done. I also made some green beans on this side and some brown gravy to go over top of that, and it is just to die for. I know it doesn't look the best, but I promise you it is so delicious. And yes, I added cheese to my green beans, and if you haven't done that yet, you're missing out. On the next night, we're just doing something very simple. I had these hamburger patties in the freezer, just needed to use them up, so we're just going to be grilling some hamburgers on this night, and then I made some seasoned Brussels sprouts and just these great value potato wedges because y'all know we love these. And so I just made those on the side. Something very simple. You don't have to make a crazy dinner every single night. Just make sure your family is fed. It's the most important thing. So I did not eat buns with mine. I just was not feeling it that night. So I just threw some pepper jack cheese on, dipped it in some chicken dipping sauce from Walmart, and then just had a few potato wedges. I wasn't crazy starving this night, but that's what my plate looked like. And then on the next night, we're just making some spaghetti. Y'all know I'm obsessed with this Mazzetta spaghetti sauce. I like to mix the 3 cheese and the spicy. It is to die for. So I just got 1 pound of ground beef here, and I'm going to season it with some garlic and onion powder, and I'm going to get that all nice and browned up. I'm going to make my noodles, and yeah, y'all know the drill with spaghetti. Just drain your meat when it's done, and then add your sauces. Get that nice and heated up. Boil your noodles, make you a veggie, do a salad, have some bread if you want. You know, spaghetti's an easy dinner. So that's what we had on this night. So this is what it ended up looking like. I do not mix my noodles and my spaghetti sauce. I just let everyone get as much sauce as they want. That's why I don't mix it. Made some green beans on the side. As you can tell, we love green beans around here. And then on the next night, I'm making A1 pork chops. This is my dad's recipe, and I absolutely love them, and I have not made them in so long. So I just have some thin cut pork chops. I'm going to be just browning them in the pan and seasoning them with some Cavenders. You're not going to cook these all the way through because these are going to go into the oven. So you're just browning them to kind of get that flavor and get, you know, the Cavenders all up in those pork chops. And then you're going to take some A1 sauce, and you're just going to put down a thin layer on your in your casserole dish, and then just make sure it's fully covered on the bottom. And then, like I said here, you know, they're not fully cooked, so you're not going to want to fully cook your pork chops because, like I said, you're going to put them in the oven. So once those are done, I'm just going to be placing them inside of, or you know, in the casserole dish. And then once I get all those done, I'm going to put some more A1 sauce on top of it, which I will show you in just a second. But I just wanted to tell you what I was going to do. So I'm going to put some A1 sauce and cover the top of those and kind of spoon it over. And then, yeah, it's like seriously that easy. It's so easy and it's so good, and they are so tender. So I also do cover mine with foil, which you will see in just a moment, but I'm just talking too fast, as you all know. That's just me. But as you can see here, I'm pouring the A1 sauce, and then I'm going to spoon it, like, you know, to make sure they're covered. And then I cover it with foil, and I'm going to bake it in the oven for 25 minutes at 400 degrees. And then when I have like 10 minutes left, I will go ahead and take that foil off and then bake it for the rest of the 10 minutes. And then with this, we usually just have these Knorr's cheddar broccoli noodles on the side, and then we just had some corn. So anyways, that's it for today's What's for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!